Welcome to Garnetqueentarot, where we are inspired to rise. How are my wonderful Aquarius family doing today? I hope all is well. Now, you already know before we even get started and dive in, we got to practice our breathing, especially you, Aquarius. So we got to inhale, exhale twice, and then shake it off. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and then shake it off. All right. What's going on in your lives? What's happening, Aquarius? What's on your mind? Talk to me. What's on your mind? Let's dive in. Let's see what's going on with our Aquarius family. Which is something you love. Which is something you're seeking. And it's how you train your body. You are on the right track. Look at that. The miracle of nature. I know a lot of Aquarius too that fall in line, that love the outdoors, that love nature itself, just the natural flow of things. Sometimes you get in a zone where you feel that nature is much better than just hanging around people. Sometimes you exclude yourself from people just so you can enjoy the finer things in life. You could go sit in the park by yourself and just inhale and exhale and absorb the heat from the sun. Just sit down there and listen to the birds chirp. Sometimes you just want that peace for yourself so you can heal, so you can think. A lot of Aquarius can do without people if they need to. They don't have no issue with that. And you feel the same way. Sometimes you just don't want to deal with people and they crap. And you always believe there's some kind of conspiracy theory. Something's going on. And you get really deep into your thoughts. And that's what you've been doing a lot lately because you're making plans moving forward for the future. And you want to just be in tune with yourself. You want things to flow. You look maybe for the angel numbers. You want to be free flowing. You don't want people to cloud your steps, your judgment. You can do without them, you know. Just being in tune with yourself is what you're focusing on right now. And like I tell you, a lot of times people don't understand that. You have your own world. And you function in a manner that I can do it myself. Play peace and harmony. That's what you're surrounding yourself. You have that harmonious light on you right now where certain people are going to be excluded from your life and you don't care. You just don't care. You just feel that there's more to life and you want to be able to absorb it. You could be on an island by yourself and be happy. Serious. You can be on an island by yourself and be happy. You're in this mode right now where peace is just flowing for you. You're just letting it flow. That's what you're seeking, the flow of peace. And people don't always understand, why is it that you always want to be alone? Why is it that you're so harsh with your words? Because when people disrupt that peace, that harmony, you want them to pay. Get out of my space, get out of my face, get out of this place. You just want to be free. And you could be happy on your own. You're not a customer service type person. You don't feel the need to please other people other than pleasing yourself. Now, if you want intimacy, you'll go for it, but you don't want somebody clinging or clingy on you. You love when you feel like it. You like that peace. You could be in a house and somebody could say they feel alone because you totally zone out. And anybody that's with you right now, this is the mode that you're in right now, where nothing but peace matters to you. You don't want the aggravation. You don't want to argue. You're just in your realm of peace. And people have to get it. They got to get it, because right now, this is the mode that you're in. And you're making healthy choices. You can eat off the land, grow your fruits and vegetables, and be content. You are in a tune-out zone. Anybody that's coming, I tell you, anybody coming to you incorrectly, they're going to get a mouthful, because you will say it all. You'll hurt people's feelings. You just want that space. You just want that time away from everything and everybody. You do things in your own time. And you just feeling like nothing is working in your favor. So you just want time out to rethink everything, refocus, and grow. You have plans, and people don't always understand what you're doing or why you're doing it. You're a loner. You're an introvert. You tune into yourself to get the answers you're seeking, because you don't think on the same level playing field as everybody else. You think beyond. You have this higher thought process where you exclude people from your life in order for you to manifest what it is that you're seeking. It's a peaceful path for you, but it's very exclusionary. You exclude people. Let's see what's going on. Speak to us, spirits. One black, 3 white. Let's see who's speaking. I want to return to you. I do. I just want things to be different with us when I do. I hope if and when we reconcile, we can do things differently in a better way, a healthy and happy way. The way we triggered each other felt too painful, and I didn't understand at that time. I learned so much from you, even if you don't know that I thank you, even if you don't know that. This is like, I want to return to you. I do. I just want things to be different with us when I do. And the black one is saying, I hope if and when we reconcile, we can do things differently in a better way, a healthy and happy way. The way we triggered each other. See, this is what you're saying, okay? You want to reconcile with the person. You're not with them right now. You just want them to do things differently, because the thing is, they want to return to you. They do. They just want things different with you. They want you to be more open, be able to communicate more effectively, and to share your heart with them. You see, the thing is, not everybody understands how you are. And you don't get along with everybody. That's the truth. You're in your different world, and you could cut people off and not think about it for the rest of your life. You exclude people out of your life. And you don't like to compromise and negotiate. You try it, but then you always regress back to your old way of doing things. And people want to be with you. This person wants to be with you. But it's like they feel that you make those promises, and then you change along the way because you get frustrated or fed up and you don't feel you need to do certain things. So let's say, example, you guys negotiate and you say, okay, moving forward, because we have different work times, whoever gets home first would cook. But there's going to be times where that person has to work late or they can't make it home in time. And you might be on a regular schedule where you're home at this time and you do this at this time. Very regulated. You have a free spirit, but you like things organized a certain way. And when people don't fall in line with that, you question their loyalty to you or you question the relationship. You're not always flexible in that sense that they could feel like, oh, it's okay because Aquarius and I are good. They know that I have to work late sometimes, which is usually sometimes beyond my control. They don't like it. They don't like it. And they'll get upset and you'll hear about it all the time. Aquarius could be a nagging soul. The smallest thing they're going to complain about. The toothbrush wasn't put this way or that way. You like to keep order. You like to have a schedule of things. You do things a certain way. Let's say if you go every Monday you go to the beach, wherever you live in. Let's say you do some kind of aquatic sports or activity. And lo and behold, on Monday, you can't do it. It throws you off. You like to know that there's a regimen that you can follow and people respect that. You know that I do this every time at 11. You know that I do this all the time at 12. You don't like change. Sometimes you're really stuck in your ways and get mad when things are thrown out of the order that you believe it should be in. And that's where a lot of the issues come from, because you claim to be a free spirit, but you're an organized free spirit because you like things a certain way. You like your house put away a certain way, cleaned a certain way. You may brush your teeth every day at the same time. You just have an order. You don't like things to go out of order because it kind of throws you off and you get lost. You like the freedom of knowing that things are in place the way you want it. You don't like to compromise. And not everybody falls in line. Sometimes you got to be able to take things as they come. And you're not like that. And you hold people to that same accountability. And people can be flexible and adjust accordingly. It is very difficult for you to do that. That's just how you are. That's how you built. That's in your DNA. You know, you will try new things every now and then, but you like practicing things formatted a certain way, which throws people off because you can't always do it the same way all the time. Every day is different. And that's something you have to work on. Something you seriously got to work on that. Everything is not going to always be perfect the way you like it. And then you blame people and accuse them of trying to mess you up deliberately, even though that they go with the flow. You have to learn to be a little bit more flexible in your life and the things that you do. Switch it up a little bit. Somebody could plan out their day on everything that you're going to do at a certain time, what time, where, everything. Don't be like that. Change it up a little bit. That's something you have to work on, to be a little bit more flexible and accept things as they come and still follow suit with what you believe in, but work with people when mishaps happen. Don't think it was dictated or planned or anything like that. You always believe in some kind of conspiracy theory. You know that I do this at this time. Why would you change it this way? I have tea at 10. You know, that's just how you are. You have to work on that. You have to work on that. Mm. That is definitely in reverse. Wow. See? Your Five of Swords, and it's showing you in reverse, and you have regrets, resentment. You failed at certain things, and you're at a moment where you feel down. That's why you're wanting to be alone, because things have not fallen in alignment the way that you wanted it to, and you just thinking everything through, trying to refocus, reset, because you have so much animosity, regret, failure, things that have not come out the way that you wanted it to. And it's like you're destroying yourself in a sense, like self-sabotage, because you're trying to get over these hurdles. And you have to make amends. You've done things to people that you're realizing may not have been the best thing. So you're starting to feel a little resentment from the way that you tackle certain things. You see, when you look at it, you know when you get into your modes and you're in thinking and stuff and you've cut people off, it gives you the opportunity to rethink things and say, was I too harsh in this area? Did I need to do this? Was the writing on the wall? It gives you the opportunity to look at the big picture. And that's what you're doing right now. That's why you don't want anybody interceding or basically messing up your way of thinking, because you want to see what you did wrong. And when you think about it, and it's very difficult for you to apologize. I'm telling you that right now, because even if you know you did something wrong, you want people to brush it off, not to focus on it. You feel you made a mistake, and you may not say, I'm sorry, but your actions would show that you regret what you've done. But the words have to come out your mouth, which is rare. Somebody really got to sit you down, and you have to be in a good mood for them to call you out and ask for an apology. But it's not something that you ultimately give. It's something that you try to do things around it to make yourself not feel as low as you feel, and for them not to look down on you and say, I told you so. But when things don't fall in line with you, you feel bad, and you hold all of that in, and you take it out on the world, and everybody else is at fault but you. But when you sit down and you think things through, you recognize the fact that, you know what, I screwed up. I wasn't right for doing this way or doing that way. How do I convey that to someone without having to say I'm sorry? So that's when you place action. Oh, let me take you out to eat. Let's go out to dinner. Let's do this. Let's do that. You try to brush over it because you don't want to argue. You don't want to go back and forth with people. You want your peace and harmony, but you do things that messes up somebody else's peace and harmony, and they get mad when they reflect on it, because you figured if I took you to dinner, that means we mended that fence. So you're working on mending fences. It's just your tactics and the way you do things, because people will feel a certain way, and you understand that, but you don't want them to focus on your mistakes. That's crazy, right? You focus on the memories. You got your Six of Cups. You focus on what was. When I was this age, I did this. When I was that age, I did that. I remember when I did this. You hold memories dear. And you have to recognize that each day will be a memory tomorrow for yesterday. You have to understand that even when you're upset, you got to find the positive mode, the positive zone, and not take everything to heart. You have to be apologetic. You have to be caring. Show how you feel. You don't always express yourself in the right way. You love somebody, and you could say the word so nonchalant, I love you, but you have to put more feeling behind it. Your actions have to match up with your words. And a lot of times that's not something that falls true for you. You'll say, I love you, you know I love you. People are supposed to know that you love them, even if you just did something an hour ago. I used to have a brother like that, and I say used because he passed away last year. And he would argue and fuss with you, and you'll be pissed off. And then the next hour or so, he'll come back talking to you like y'all didn't have an argument. He's not coming to say, oh, I'm sorry, we argued about that, let's let it go, or anything like that. He doesn't talk about it at all. He just figures, let's move on. Let's not hold that animosity. Let's not hold that anger. And you could still be pissed off. But he said what he had to say, and he's done. There's some people that are like that. Aquarius, you like that. You could hold a grudge real deep. You could cut somebody out real deep. But when it comes time where you know you were wrong or you overreacted, you want things just to go back normal without the discussion or reconciliation in that sense. You just feel, okay, it happened, let's move on without solving the issue. It's, you don't like this, I don't like that. Okay. Let's forget it. Let's not deal with it. You don't like that. You don't like it. And, when you end up with the discord, you got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Arguments. You're concerned about your finances. It seems like everything is getting away from you and you can't stabilize yourself at this point. You feel like you're at a loss. And you feel that people are taking advantage of you because you're not where you're supposed to be. So you're mad at the world. You're mad at everybody. Things are not falling in line the way that you want it to. And you're not looking at what you've done. You're looking at what other people have done to you. It's always somebody else's fault. And you're going to work through these issues, but everybody else is to blame. If they didn't do this, this wouldn't have happened to me. If they didn't do that, that wouldn't have happened to me. It's the blame game. But it has to be self-reflection. You know what you fell short at. But it's always because of somebody else. You have to sit down because you want peace and harmony. People want that too. Other people want that too. But you have to be more in tune with who you are by accepting your part of the mishaps. It's not going to always be somebody else's fault. You have to come to grips with the fact that you made some mistakes. You have regrets, you're reflecting back, but the words out your mouth don't always reflect that I was wrong. And that's where the self-reflection is coming. There's chaos going on. Everything just seems so wrong for you in your life, and it's hard for you to grasp that. When you need people, you got to let them know you need them. You can't deflect and then say, well, if you didn't do this, I wouldn't have reacted this way. It's not always everybody else's fault. You have to take some accountability for the things that are not working out in your life. And you have to be willing to communicate with other people so that you could find out another route to take. Yes, it's nice to sit down and reflect privately in your own world, in your own zone. But you can't move forward without giving that forgiveness, without accepting the fact that, hey, I was wrong too. Let's work this out. Let's talk to each other. Let's communicate more effectively. You have to get into the mode where you're not always passing the buck and passing the blame. And that's something you have to work through on your own. Because even with the Page of Wands, you're looking forward. You're inspired. You know that you want certain things and that you could work in that area to get it done. But you have to be able to accept the mistakes that you've made. Reset, restart, reflect, You have to be able, because you've got the regret, you have to be able to accept the fact that none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. Everything is not always going to be somebody else's fault. I made an error, let me improve it. And you know these things. You just don't like to say it out loud. You don't like to give the satisfaction to others to know I was wrong in how I did this and how I did that. Give credit where it's due. Accept the fact that change could take place for the better. If you accept the fact, if you forgive, if you stop reflecting on what other people did and hold yourself accountable moving forward, you'll get through. You'll get through. Because no matter how many times you try to zone out and you want that peace and harmony, other people want it as well, and you have to be able to open up, share your heart with others, be accountable for the mistakes that you've made, and learn from them. But I tell you right now, patience, communication, refocusing on what it is you're trying to do so that you could achieve it will take you further along. Don't give up on yourself and don't give up on others, but learn to humble at times and let people know, I know that it was my fault. Let me teach you this word. I apologize. I am sorry. Add that to your vocabulary so that other people will feel that you got it. You get it. Let's work together to improve on it. You're not always right. You don't always have all the answers. But you do think on a different realm, a higher realm. Think about things. Reflect when apologies are necessary, and still continue to stay focused on what you're working to achieve. And it would be a lot smoother. The transition would be a lot smoother when people realize that you get it. You get it, and you accept responsibility accordingly. Garnetqueentarot, where we're inspired to rise and be our best selves. Dive into yourself, recognize the errors of your ways, and communicate. And be patient with yourself and be patient with others. But remember, accept responsibilities for the things that you've done wrong as well. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for sharing your message with us. Have a great day. Take care. Talk soon.